What's going on, guys? Out here in Rossland, BC today, just going on a little hike. So today we are going to be doing Mount Roberts. This will be my first summit of the year. It's still pretty early in the year. It's only June 6th right now, so lots of snow still out in the mountains. But this trail is a nice south-facing trail, so I shouldn't run into any snow other than on the north shoots of the peaks. To access this trail, you got to go down the Cascade Highway just outside of Rossland. Not very far, maybe a kilometer or two. And you just park on the side of the road, and there's a pretty obvious trailhead there. And away you go. So this trail's not very long. I believe it's only about 5K or so round trip. We'll see at the end what it actually ends up being, but it does have about 800 meters of vertical. So basically just a staircase straight up the south flank here of the peak. So the trail starts out pretty mellow. It's on a old kind of ATV skidder type road. You do a couple switchbacks on this, and then from there it is just straight up. So this is the kind of boring beginning until you get into the fun bits. So hopefully we'll be in the fun bits pretty soon. So it's at about this point that the trail takes a turn and starts to get a lot more fun. So yeah, just about 2K up. My watch is not the most accurate all the time, so you never know on that. But yeah, about 2K up that kind of ATV trail is where you start to gain some elevation. And this is what I was wondering about. I was curious how much of this there would be out here today. So hopefully there's not too much of that, but we shall see. Once you get above 600 meters of elevation gained, this is where the trail gets really fun, because it slowly just kind of devolves more and more into a scramble. So you can see, just going to work our way up this shoulder of Roberts right to the top. I'll probably see you guys towards the top. I'll go take a peek into some of the chutes. It's always nice to look at some of the more famous slack country ski runs from the top of this summit. If you've skied at Red Resort, there's a good chance you've probably wandered over to Mount Roberts. It's a super easy peaked access with some wicked terrain. So yeah, I'll see you a bit higher up there. Just slowly working up this. Alright. Well, we're up here. This is kind of the last little flat bit right before the very final push. And look what we have found. Winter survives. So a little bit of the cornice out here right now. Just holding on for dear life. Won't be much longer, this will all be gone. But yeah, these are kind of a couple of the northeast shoots here. I believe this is dog's leg. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't really recognize it in the summer months. In the winter, it's all very easy to see where you are. But yeah, I'll just keep working my way around the snow here. Beautiful. Some amazing views up here too. There's Rossland, Red Mountain, City of Trail in the background, dirty old tech refinery. And then all the way up, there's Castlegar. All the way up the Columbia Valley. And of course, there's Washington. Down through Patterson into the States there. Yeah. Alright, let's go make this final push. The flies are absolutely horrendous out right now up here. I'd originally planned to have a bit of a lunch on top. I brought a sandwich, an apple, and I wanted to eat, but I think it's just going to be a grab the summit and make a very, very hasty retreat. Thankfully they're not black flies or anything, so I'm not getting stung, but it's still pretty annoying just being absolutely covered in these damn things. I'm very glad I got the hood and long sleeves. Very key this time of year. Just kind of working my way up the scree pile. Right along the edge here. Beautiful conditions though. Later in the year this can get pretty loose when it's a lot drier. Alright, see you at the top. Alright, we are just about at the top now. Gonna make our way to the summit. Thankfully the flies actually aren't nearly as bad at the very top, so I might be able to have a bit of a snack. But yeah, it's kind of nice to see a little bit of snow sticking around. Good for the forest to have a bit of moisture. But here we go. There is the top. I believe it's Canada Day when the flag gets unfurled. That's why it's not flying right now. Got it all tied up. Well, we got a chipmunk waiting on the bench for me. I'm sure he gets some snacks. Yeah, here we go. Now, it wouldn't quite feel right to stop right at the bench because that is not the actual summit of the peak. It's very close. You do have to continue a little bit further on to get to the true top, which is worth it anyway, just to look down. Main run, or main chute, or center chute, sorry, not main chute. Always worth having a little look over here. There's beautiful Record Ridge. Oh yeah, there's always the one little false summit for the true peak over there. Alrighty, here is the true summit of Mount Roberts. Nice cornice hanging on. There's a little cairn up here. There we go, guys. That is Mount Roberts. Pretty beautiful hike. That took me just over an hour and a half, so it was an hour and 35 minutes from the car to the summit. That was with a little bit of screwing around, filming and stuff like that, taking lots of pictures of wildflowers. So pretty good hike, and I imagine it'll be at least an hour for me to get back down, back to the car. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile, relatively early season hike, because it's nice to be able to bag a summit in the beginning of June. Most of the alpine right now is very buried in snow. Not up here, not at these lower peaks. Although there's still a fair amount of snow in center chute here. But yeah, there you go. Looking towards the Canadian flag, and I'm going to have a quick snack, and then it's down to the car, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, I lied. Once you stop moving, the flies are absolutely unreal up here, so it's going to be a quick jog back to the car, and I'll go eat at the car, because this is brutal. Bye. Peace.